Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ready to Roll. We are very anxious to be here. I think that describes a good portion of our emotions correctly as anxiety to a degree. But yeah, Mike will be here in just a second. So we will start with our recap of last session that comes from Braden, and then we will go from there.
All right. So last time on Embers Beneath the Mountain, I love saying that. So the gang, the group, the squad, we still don't know what we are called. Discovered an evil power, a witch residing in a mosaic near this town at Ermog that they were staying at, and the witch had been consuming and luring and consuming people's souls when they were near the mosaic. So the group went to confront the mosaic and were sucked into a different dimension or something. We don't really know. We were sucked into the mosaic that seemed like we're up in the sky on weird pathways, and had to answer several riddles until we were able to confront this witch. Yetslova was her name. After an intense, dramatic, epic, and a little nervous fight when half the team members were down at once, the team was able to defeat the witch, saving one other soul who had yet to be consumed by her in the process. As they escaped the mosaic, this alternate world collapsed and they escaped the mosaic, the team had a bit of a stress point where tempers flared, emotions were very distressed, and both Jelanya and Artyom had kind of stalked away from the conversations and stuff. Artyom with the idea of leaving the group. So that is where we left off. Patrick, back to you.
That's where we're going to pick right up. Artyom is storming off. Drith has just come back. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What?
We're starting, Ian.
Oh, so I didn't know if you were gonna do a more specific segue or.
Nope, we're going. We're started.
That's me.
Pretty specific.
Okay. Piotr. Wait. So, do we know what? Does Piotr know where Artyom is at this point?
Well, I mean, he just barely walked
he,
off. He hasn't
still
completely. Yeah, you can still see him. He's within sight and sound. You know,
okay.
All those Boy Scout rules.
So Piotr, after being kind of left a little dumbstruck, kind of shakes himself off. He gets up. He walks over to Artyom. He's a little cautious, a little kind of standing back a little bit. He says, "You know, I know that things aren't perfect. We all come from different walks of life, but I feel that there's a bond of I don't even know what I'm saying. There feels like there's this energy between each and every one of us. I think that we have a collective purpose, and I think we can fix things. I think we can do what we need to do to keep going. But if you continue walking out that door, I don't know what will be."
Piotr, there may be a bond for you. You fit in with all of this, with all of them. You're used to dealing with strange individuals and those who think they're so high and mighty because of where they were born and who they were born to. But not me. I've stepped on at every turn, and I've revealed one of my deepest secrets to save lives for what? For some ungrateful, spoiled children? How do you stand it? How can you look at their hypocrisy and accept it? You claim that you are not like them, you are not them, and yet it doesn't bother you? It doesn't bother you that you and I have risked our lives for these people? I thought that maybe there was something, some divine purpose that had brought us all together. But as it's gone on, and as I've dealt with this, and as I've fought for everything, I'm starting to feel like maybe Anya's right, that we're just being played with. And if you tell her I said that, I will kill you.
Your secret's safe with me. And I agree. What I am saying here is not an endorsement of any action that anyone has taken. My point is simply that we have things to do, and if we splinter this group, this whatever we are, then those purposes will be left scattered on the floor where we left them. And I agree. There are things in both how I grew up. I did not grow up in these courts and in these wherever those people live. I understand the tension inside of you and between you and many of our friends, our companions, if you will. But I think it's part of our job here, part of our destiny, if you will, to learn to navigate these things and trudge forward. And I believe we can. It might take frank discussion. It might take negotiation. But I believe that we can smooth out these rough spots and continue to move forward and to work together. You said yourself that at one point you have felt that we have a purpose together. And I believe that you still believe that, even in your frustration.
You wouldn't know what I believe or what I think. What about the dwarf? We're being followed around by some entity that, as far as we know, is involved in all of this. That she can see everything we're doing at every turn, and what's going to stop her from using that hole that we made for her to come out and, as soon as we do something she doesn't like, destroy it. We may be a mighty crew in the feeble, small battles that we have fought, but even with the angelic power that Corvette and I wield, and your songs, and Drith and his connection to the wild, there'd be nothing we could do to stop it.
And perhaps that's a risk we take. But I feel that to not continue the journey that we've already started would, one, be a waste of the effort that we've already made, and two, perhaps have very dire consequences for the world in which we live. Or whatever. I feel this is important.
And how do you reconcile your place now with the choices and decisions and mistakes you've made in the past.
I will admit that I've made mistakes, and there have been turns that I wish my life had not taken. And I'm working on reconciling those. Honestly, with the context of everything that we're encountering now, it's been a bit difficult to address that in a more head-on fashion. But yes, that is something that I have been putting deep thought into. And I don't know how that all fits in. I don't know why I appear to have been lumped into this group with people who seem to have cleaner slates than I. But alas, I feel that this is my calling, and I feel it's your calling, and all of our purpose.
So, you think that this is just some way for us to find you to find redemption and just to find his lost father, some noble purpose? Piotr, I'm a man of faith. Or at least I try to be. We're just 6 small people in a very small part of the world. And I appreciate what you're trying to do here. You've been a noble companion to fight beside. But I don't know if I can keep groveling at the feet of just whatever's going on here and taking the ire of Anya, and I don't know that I can in good conscience drag Drith through all of this, and I don't know that I can trust Corvette now that I know that he's of noble blood. And I don't know that I can ever look at Cadioc's eye without anger and rage that he would do that to us. So I may not go far, but for now, for this night, I may need to be on my own and do some of my own soul searching and my own praying. Piotr, I have a bad habit of when I get angry, I target what I know people are vulnerable about, and that murderer comment I didn't mean. I recognize from your story that what happened was an accident. But it's a defense mechanism I learned on the street. When you can't fight someone physically, you fight them mentally and emotionally. So I hope you'll be able to forgive me in time. For now, I need some space.
I accept your apology, and I think I can honor that request as well. You know where to find us. Piotr takes his leave.
Bye, Piotr.
Piotr walks back to.
Ian, you were
yeah,
supposed to fix everything. What did you do?
Yeah, oops. I forgot my toolbox for interpersonal problems in the camp. I'm gonna go grab it. And I'll be right back.
Okay, Artyom. So you're walking off.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
going to go out into the woods. And it's what time? I assume it's getting darker.
It's
What
getting
time of
darker.
day?
Yeah. Actually, you went in night, so technically it's getting lighter.
So I'm going to walk till I find a clearing. And in this clearing, as it's starting to get light, it's just twilight. You know how I'm imagining, right? That how when it's twilight you can see, but everything is kind of grayish. And I'm just gonna look at the sky and I'm gonna say, I know I don't get to do this very often, but I demand you come down and give me some answers right now.
Nothing shows up yet.
All right. I understand that you're a spy master and you're an angel and you have this facade to uphold of being aloof and mysterious. And however, you permitted me to be dumped in the middle of all of this to deal with whatever is going on here. And you know as well as I do why I can't stand the nobility and the royalty of this whole world. And all these people keep saying that maybe there's some big divine reason. And you know who can answer that question? You can. So I'm asking, come down and have a conversation with me.
No one appears yet, but you get a very strong feeling to just wait. An answer is coming soon.
All right. You know that I'm not very patient. And making me wait. Look. Why are you gonna be so frustrating? You always show up when I don't want you to, and then you're around when you're never around when we need you. Fine. You want me to wait? I will wait, but I'm not gonna leave her very long. You see.
Okay.
And Corbett has conversations with his spear, and I imagine that he has conversations with his angel all the time. Wait, why did I get gypped on angels? You know,
I wish Corbett could hear this so bad. Oh, I would be like, man, can I just share with your problems too?
Look, villain. I'm just
Villain.
asking- Villain. I like villain because it makes so much more sense for a spy master. I'm asking. Just give me a sign.
You see a singular beam of sunlight appear underneath through a tree, and you get the very strong feeling it's probably a good time for a nap.
Oh, man, seeing stuff now. Okay.
Asks for a sign, sees a sign, says, I'm crazy.
Better go get a Red Bull.
I'm gonna find a nearby kind of a little sheltered area and lay out my bedroll and stuff and alright. I'm laying down. I saw the light. I think. Don't let me get eaten by no bears.
Alright. And you slowly drift off to sleep for a moment. So before we come back to Artyom, I kind of want to see what the rest of the party's going to do. But we'll be back with Artyom, trust me. So, Piotr, you just, failed at keeping, your companion. And I assume that you're going to go give a report of your success to everyone else. Or your failure.
Yeah.
Not success, your attempt.
Great news, guys! He's not coming back.
Oh.
It all worked out in the end. Just kidding.
However, and Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, Artyom did agree to return at some point.
You said he wouldn't be far.
He might not go far.
Piotr
Like, he
misinterpreted.
never gave a committal.
So we're just gonna go with it. Just kidding.
I mean, at this point, just proceed as if... we didn't hear that, Mike.
We didn't hear you, Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at this point, just proceed, assuming that Artyom's not coming with you anymore.
I think it's using your microphone on your headphones.
All right. So Piotr comes back to the camp, looks around. I don't know where everybody is.
Yeah,
So I don't know who he's.
Well, I mean, so kind of everyone just give a description of where you think you are based upon the events that have happened.
Well, first, Corva is checking on this other person that we saved.
Okay.
Do they seem okay? What do they look like?
They seem okay.
Do they seem like they're gonna live and don't need immediately healing?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause I can't do that.
he's clearly very
wait,
weak
I
and
can't.
very tired. Technically, you could do some healing, but
I can with a potion. I forgot I have a potion, but
Okay.
I used my hand.
oh, that's right.
healing.
You used your hands of healing already.
Right. Yeah, I actually just checked that. It's like, do I have that right
But
now?
yeah, I mean, he looks tired. He's not particularly injured. He's mostly just, he just looks really exhausted. I can imagine having your soul slowly sucked out of you would probably do that.
Okay.
However, next to him, there is a pile of stuff.
With that said, making sure he's okay, I will look around. And first, I will also pick up what Artyom left, the bishop's holy symbol and the letter that he dropped in the middle of the room when he left.
Okay, good plan.
So I'll pick that up and then look for whatever else is around.
Okay, so the pile of things, a lot of it is junk. You're assuming this is probably stuff that the Yatslova didn't have a purpose for or had been hoarding that was ejected from the pocket plane of the mosaic when the mosaic collapsed. So you find several, by several I mean 10 transparent pale
Golden
green
bars.
transparent pale green, blue, brown, and red stones that you recognize as tourmalines. Each tourmaline is worth 100 gold pieces.
Or Naline stones.
Nope.
Okay.
Also find two other useful things you find in there is you find 2 spell scrolls, one of Firebolt and one of Arcane Lock. You find 3 potions. One potion looks similar to the healing potion that you have. The other potion looks similar to the healing potion you have, except there's kind of like gold little sparkles floating around inside it. The last one is a greenish potion that you don't know off the top of your head. And then there's this weird weathered looking leather bag.
No, my James Wing.
A bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Can
Bag of
neither
holding,
confirm
please.
nor deny until an identify spell has been cast.
What if I just
Okay.
stick my head in it and
Yeah,
see how
just
far
stick-
it goes?
I mean,
Hey, I'll like,
It's
stick
a
it over
minute.
Piotr's head.
Yeah. Joke's on you. You're dead.
If you are, if you decide to metagame and test the bag, if that is what you really
It'll
decide
become
to
a bag
do,
of devouring really
become
fast.
You
But-
know, let's wait on that. Okay,
but
butter
yeah.
bag.
And that's everything you found.
Okay, and there's a red potion of healing, and you said a gold one.
It's
What was
it's
the
the
second
same. The
potion?
second one, it looks like a potion of healing, but it has golden little sparkles inside it. And then the last
sparkle.
potion is a greenish potion that you're not quite sure what it
Yeah.
does.
Drink it.
All right.
Drink it.
Only one way to find out. Our caveman
Um,
ancestors had to eat weird plants and die over it to figure out what tasted good. We can try it too.
Cool.
All right, Kadiak, are you still in there with me? Kadiak and Drip?
Yeah, I'm in here too. I imagine the three of us were probably just like, I hope everything's gonna be okay. I imagine I reported to you that like, you know, Anya's having a really rough time right now. I did the best I could.
Yeah.
Hope she sticks around. But I think right now she's in some time to herself, so I'll just respect that and try to give her some space.
Yeah.
Kadiak is a little confused, but not overly so. He's used to being bands or other, loose groups splitting up for a little bit before coming back together. And he's like, okay, well, either we'll figure this out, or we'll go on without him. He figures he'll give Artyom a few days to meet back up with the party. If he doesn't, then he'll do a quick search, and if he can't find him within a reasonable traveling distance of they're observing from this side, then he's like, okay, Artyom either died or went on his way.
Okay. So I get Kadiak and Drith if you are willing to help me with gathering this loot and helping this man. I think we should at least take him to Ermog. So
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What are you doing, Anya?
Well, I guess one question I do need to ask: do I have any idea that Artyom left?
Not unless you've turned around and looked back. But
That's such an easy thing to do, right?
I mean, it is, but it's like,
Around.
Depends what your state of mind is, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming all of this took place in the matter of like 3 or 4 minutes.
if that.
Yeah. So I would stand out there for a little while, not for very long actually, and essentially have a small tearful breakdown for like 20 seconds. And then compose myself as much as I can. And then when I'm satisfied that I don't look like a terrible emotional wreck, I'll turn around and I will go back.
All right. So you come back at this point. You see, as you're coming back, you come back about pretty much the same time Piotr comes back in, and you see Drith, Kadiak, and Korvit picking up some of the stuff and splitting up and putting into backpacks and things.
Drith is just gonna get a big smile as he sees Anya, and then just kind of turn back to doing whatever he was doing before.
I'm just gonna be a little quiet for a little while.
When I see Anya come back in, just let her be for a moment. But before we kind of head out, or after done cleaning up the loot, whatever, I just kind of walk up to her and hold out the swords that you dropped. And I don't say anything.
Maybe just hold on to those for a little while.
Okay. Strap them back into my pack. And I go to kind of help the man make our way towards Aramog. I kind of just am assuming people will come with, but
Yeah.
I figure we gotta at least get him there, so.
Good idea.
So is this at the point that Piotr comes back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's walking back, like, at this very moment. Piotr comes and sits down by Anya and just sits for a couple seconds. And says, "Interesting day, huh?"
Like all the others that we've had. Pretty awful.
Can't say I disagree. I just wanted to say, I mean, I know that we've all got different languages, so to speak, and different ways that we interact with people, and we're used to different kinds of people. But I'm really glad you're here. I think there's a purpose for us, not us. This is going the wrong way. Abort. And I'm glad that we make it work for the most part, and I have a hunch that Artyom will be back with time. I also think that perhaps we all need to work on communicating in less violent ways with at least each other. But I don't know. I just think it's important that we all finish what we've unknowingly set out to do. And it looks like we've got work to do on a few different fronts.
I don't think any of us know what that means. What we've set out to do. We haven't set out to do anything. It was set on us. I don't think we have any choice. The real difference is between people is, how you feel about it. Me, I don't accept that some higher power decided that I need to do something. I'm not okay with it. I'm not about to, storm out and leave, because I imagine within a few days I would be summoned back to you all by some hoodoo witch. And, even if that doesn't happen, that something will corner me and find me, and if I'm by myself, it'll be all the worse for me. If Artyom doesn't come back, that might be what happens to him. Did he say anything?
He did. He feels misunderstood. And frankly, I feel that you've been misunderstood as well. And we are all basically strangers, and that makes sense. We're all islands unto ourselves. But again, I just keep thinking that whatever it is that we've been glued together to do is more important than me or you, Artyom, or any one of us individually. And we've got to do what we've got to do. Part of that. Oh, did I freeze?
No, you're good.
No.
Okay, things were freezing on my end. Sorry. And if that takes sitting down and talking it out till it hurts, maybe that's what we need to do. There have clearly been hurt feelings today. Those will need to be mended. And I think we can do it. We're all adults. We've seen things. We've been through things together. We can do it. It'll just take a little bit of elbow grease from each of us. Or at least some of us.
This is what you're good at, after all. Making people who don't like each other stick around.
I try.
He's a diplomat.
I'm not going to kill
So
anyone.
cute.
I wasn't trying to kill him.
I don't think you were.
Anyone was trying to kill anyone else. He was trying to kill me.
To be fair, I get that perspective.
All I did
To-
was push him.
He's
He cast the
definitely a
magic. He
diplomat.
started swinging. All I did was push him.
I understand that. However, where some people come from, that is just an opening act of further aggression. And I understand, obviously, or at least from what you've said, you didn't plan on sticking a sword through his ribs or anything like that. But he didn't know that. We all speak different languages. We've been through different things. And I think we all need to work to understand how our actions and words are interpreted or might be interpreted on the receiving end. But I think we can, and I think we will.
Also
It'll just
optimistic.
take some effort.
Well, when I see him next, I will do my best. Where did he go?
He had to clear his head, so he went out on his own. I think he'll be back, though. He
Great
apologized.
answer. Thank
So-
you.
Yeah, anyway.
I kind of stand up and walk away.
Ooh, feelings. Ooh.
Pierce is
so-
like, heh, still got it.
Are you heading anywhere in specific when you get up and walk away, or are you just getting up and walking
I'm
away?
gonna follow the rest of them.
And you're all headed back to Aramog?
But I do want to keep my eyes open for signs of where Artyom might have gone.
Cool.
I just want to say, for whenever we're a little later on, maybe like in an inn or whatever, that Drith is going to do his casting of Owlister, and he's going to send him to go check on Artyom.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So you guys are heading into, excuse me. So you guys are headed back to the city. You enter into the city, and sure enough, as you enter the entrance, you see Leo is at the front peddling his goods. Get a famed piece of the lucky mosaic of Airbog right here. I will sell it to you for a mere 5 gold pieces. He's just going off, doing his thing. Doesn't seem phased in the slightest.
Does he know it's broken?
No. He has no. Yeah, he has no clue what just happened in the just what just transpired.
That's good. Wait, how does he have
Chris
pieces
is
of
gonna
it?
look at
Was
the
he chipping
piece
pieces off of
mosaic,
it?
and he's gonna just kind of like go like, "I don't even shove that in my face, man."
So, to answer your question, Mike, you probably have sneaking suspicions these probably aren't real pieces of the mosaic, but so he looks at Drith, and that response like, why would you say that? I mean, you've been down to the mosaic, right? And surely it's been bringing you some luck.
No,
Beautiful.
I don't know if that's what you would call it.
Only the bad kind.
Bad luck.
Like, are there like guards around and stuff? I'm
Very.
assuming.
I mean, yeah, there'd be like some guards, yeah.
Can I
All right,
punch him and
I'm
get
gonna
away
drop.
with it? Is that the question you're asking?
That's exactly. I was gonna pull my sword out and be like, "Okay, you little." I don't, because I know we're all super tired and worn.
Also, this is
And-
what, like 4 a.m. that he's doing this?
He's really
He's just
dedicated. Really dedicated to
Wait,
his
so there's
craft.
like,
Strange.
so there's
Sleep.
like,
Oh, he's just really dedicated to his craft, also known as the DM didn't quite think that through.
Strange to see a man of your stature at this hour peddling.
I mean, we have people coming in and out from the mosaic all day long. I mean, I cannot rest. I need to make sure that everyone knows about the great and good and glorious luck that our mosaic brings us. But you say it's brought you bad luck. Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
I mean,
Yeah,
we
people
walked
are
in
going
and it
into
was
the
all
mosaic
broken.
a lot, but not coming out a lot.
We walked in, it was all broken. Someone vandalized it.
Someone vandalized the mosaic?
I don't know. We walk in, it's all shattered all over the floor. It's really ugly.
But don't worry,
Oh,
your
yeah.
souvenirs are gonna skyrocket in value.
He just kind of puts his hands on his head and is like, it's going to ruin the town. It's going to ruin me. It's going to ruin our economy, our entire... And he just starts mumbling to himself pretty much about tourism and money from tourism and no more tourists. And he's just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And he's just like...
Just a tip about wealth. Diversification. And I leave.
Intermunicipal economies. Upscale.
As I'm passing him, I'm just gonna
Stonks.
look at him as close as I can get to eye to him, because I can't remember what race he is, but I'm a dwarf, so as close as I can get. And
So
just
I'm looking at his kneecap.
He's a halfling, so you'd actually probably be looking down at him.
okay, well there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna loom over him as much as I can. As I
He's got a tiny trench coat.
And I'm just gonna say, very bad luck, and then just keep walking.
All right. Okay, so, I'm assuming that you're gonna want to get this guy that you tell you that's he's kind of been in shock. He really hasn't said anything. You're certain that he's probably, not all there currently. So I'm assuming that you probably want to get him taken care of.
Probs.
yeah, I was just gonna take him to the tavern that we stayed at,
Okay.
the inn, because I don't know about the rest of you guys, and I'm saying I don't know about the rest of you guys, but once we get him settled, I need to just sit and let this rest, because I always find that when things happen, things are much clearer after a good night's or a day's sleep.
I'd be down for a good sit.
I'm a little knackered myself.
Anyway, I do take the the guy into the inn. How much is just like a room again? Just
Oh.
I guess I'll pay for the room, and then does he have like stuff that he's kind of went into the mosaic with on him, or is he just kind of just?
He has a bag. He has a pouch
Clothes
of
on
money
his
on him.
back.
He does have a pouch of money on him.
And I can hear the money. Okay, in that case, Corvette will donate 2 gold just to make sure he's okay,
Okay.
and buy his lodging for the night. For the
Okay,
day.
so it's about 5 silver for a night. Per person, obviously, but
Yeah.
so okay. Well,
Cool.
so I'm assuming that everyone is going to go to their rooms and go to sleep.
If
Yeah.
I do not,
Or
go
do
to
we are we
sleep,
sharing rooms
what
or no?
happens?
I mean,
No spell slots.
if you don't go to sleep,
Not a worry. That's fine with me.
if you don't go to sleep, you don't heal. But I mean, do you guys want
What
to
a
share?
short rest.
Do people want? I mean, you're welcome to take a short rest. if that's fine.
Oh,
Do you guys want to
I'd
share
rather
rooms?
sleep. I'm useless right
Yeah,
now.
I need someone here needs some spell slots back.
I'll do a short rest too. Actually, that was.
What's wrong
I
with
already
you
forgot
people?
about hit. I only need a short rest to get all my spell slots back, guys. Warlock.
Aren't
Which
you
also means I have
Long
2
rest.
spell slots, guys. That's all.
On rest, does that have to be sleep, or could it just be?
Man.
Uh,
And yeah, Alistair's just gonna hang around by RTM, like sitting like on a tree or whatever, just like.
Oh, Alistair actually can't find Artyom.
Oh, he can't. Okay.
Rip.
Well, he reports back, and I'm very disappointed in Alistair.
But so
Forget
anyway,
you failed me.
a long rest. I
You
would
had
a long
one job.
a long rest does need to include some. I would a long rest needs to include at least like 6 hours of sleep. I would say. The other 2 hours can be spent doing like watch or something else, but I would say a long rest needs to include at least 6 hours of sleep.
are the rooms that we have near each other at all, or no?
Yeah, he would have given you rooms all together. Which, back to your other question, does anyone want to share rooms so that way it can make the price cheaper?
Caddy would
Piotr's
be all
fine with that.
sharing rooms.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Money.
So
That
I'm actually
was-
not going to get a room at all. I'm going to just hang out in the front room, taking a short rest, wait
Okay.
for everyone else to go away.
all right.
Wait, have we paid for rooms already or no? I can't remember.
You paid for no.
Spent the night here yet?
No,
We haven't, have we?
No, you haven't. I don't think so.
We came into town. Okay, well in that case, yeah, forget the room. Caddy's just gonna do a short rest as well.
Okay.
'Cause I think he's doing all right for hit points.
Well,
He's doing okay.
But
Piotr
Piotr
is
definitely
in
wants
dire straits.
Piotr definitely wants a long rest. Corvette's gonna do a short rest. What about Drith?
Frith is gonna do a long old rest.
Okay, so that's at least one room, unless the other 2 people want to take short rests in a room as well.
No, I'll just stick it out in the front room.
Front room looks good to him.
Goodbye, Luke.
he's offended.
I still can't hear Mike. I don't know what's up.
I don't know what's up either. Maybe turn him up
Testing.
a
Sure
bit.
you don't have
Testing.
him muted personally.
Yeah. Okay. I can
How
hear him
much
now.
are the rooms?
Okay, there are 5 silver per room.
Okay, because it looks like Piotr's buying one for himself.
Well, if
And-
Drith is taking a long rest, the 2 of you can share a room.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be 2 gold. That's almost 2 gold and 50 copper each. But okay, so
Will we
Oh,
eventually
wow.
start
You're
taking
silver.
like levels of exhaustion if we don't? take a
silver,
long
right?
rest?
yes, eventually you will start taking levels of exhaustion if you don't take a long rest.
Yeah, you said 2 silver and 50 copper, right?
Yeah, because it's 5 gold, and you split that in half, and 100 copper equals 1 silver.
Okay.
You
Wait,
keep
I thought it
throwing
was
gold
10.
in there, but we know what you mean.
Sorry. Sorry.
It was really confusing for a sec.
Sorry. But yeah, if you don't take a long rest, you will eventually start taking points of exhaustion. And then there's another question you're asking, Lydia.
Oh no.
No,
No. Okay.
I thought I was just confused because I thought it was 10 copper per silver.
It might be 10 copper per silver. I think you're actually right. I think it's 10 copper per silver. So it'd be 2 silver and 5 copper. I apologize. Forgive me. I have sinned.
You have. It's okay.
Our priest isn't here to forgive you, so.
I don't forgive you for your greed and money governance anyway, Scrooge.
Anyway, cool. So, all right.
No, Patrick, I used 2 hit dice.
You used how many hit dice? 2? Okay. All right. Jelania and Corvette, how many hit dice do you use for your short rest, if any?
I use 2
3.
as well.
Okay. All right. And how many hit points did everyone get back, just so I'm aware?
I get back all of them.
I got 22 back.
I got
Me back.
18, so I'm still missing a decent amount.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sitting
Got
at
31.
I'm at 57 out of 75.
Not bad.
Gosh, 75. That's so much.
He is a barbarian.
Oh, there
I
it is.
know.
Okay.
I have no things to do with the bonus actions, so.
So the 3 people who are taking the short rests, are you together at a table, or are you going to separate tables, or? Because I kind of got the feeling that
corner away from myself, from everyone else.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to assume it looks like Jelania wants to stay that way. So,
Yeah.
if the corner is, diagram. Corner, right? If Jelania is here, Kadiak is going to be a little bit further out so he can stop, or try and, stop people from interfering if that need arises.
All right.
Mm.
And Corvette, are you sitting with Kadiak, or are you by yourself as well?
Kadiak will let me. I'll join him.
Okay. We missed
What?
that, Mike.
Have a seat then.
Right. Ah, thank you.
All right.
We missed that too.
Sorry, what was... Yeah, sorry about that.
What a night that was.
I know. That was... a lot of emotions bundled up in the past, hour and a half? Because it takes, half an hour to walk here from the mosaic?
Say, I was surprised at the fervor between the two. I mean, towards me, I understand that. I'm not from around here, but they both seem to be at least of the same city-dwelling type. I'm surprised there was such anger at that.
Yeah. There's definitely stuff that both of them have. I think all of us have baggage. But
For a fact that I do. I know for a fact
Yeah.
that you do. And that Piotr does. So I can only imagine that whoever decided to move us all together is somewhat of an idea of the discord that would cause.
He said it.
hmm.
You're asleep.
I was remarking on the fact that he said that. Never mind.
Got it.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that this has all happened, that we're where we are, and just from complete different backgrounds, and again, just what they want with us. I just hate that feeling that something. I hate knowing that we're in the middle of something that's important, but also like really bad at the same time.
Understand that. I have a theory, though, about why we were chosen. That's why most of
Really?
us were chosen. Well, you obviously have been, what is it you Mordevians call it? Dragon touched? And Artyom has Artyom still wears his bandage, so he's not gonna try to respect that. Artyom has a similar affliction with his, his blindness, for his special reasons. Jelania is, or I guess it's Anya. Huh? Anya, being born as she is, I imagine, is trying to bring back the Dark God. Would like to have one of the descendants of a saint to toy with. Earth has some connection to a saint as well. They're worshipping as he does. Piotr is influential in other circles. I can't understand is me. I feel like I must have been a mistake and they were searching for someone else, but stumbled upon me.
I understand why you're saying a lot of these things, and I get it, because that's just how everyone thinks and reacts. But I hate these stigmas, these prejudices, even against me, who, as you said, dragon touched. I'm supposed to be this amazing, this sent for a reason, this holy, this righteous, doing good. And do I want to do good? Yes, but that doesn't make being an Asimar does not make me just a good person.
I can
And
understand that.
being a tiefling does not make Anya an evil, wicked person. And I know you're not saying that, but this prejudice that we have, especially in this country, this nation, I just hate it.
I understand that.
I love the fact that Piotr, Drith, and you and Anya are all here. I mean, Artyom and I, we're dragon touch, we're blessed. But the fact that normal people are just as important. Normal people, again, see, it's even in my vocabulary.
It's
There's
definitely stigmas, yeah. I was obviously, I'm from Norsean, I'm Norsean, and I've had my fair share of raids, as we all do. It's a way of life up there. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but as most Mordevirans that I know are concerned, all of us are raiders, and there's nothing good. We're all, bloodthirsty savages, or trying to come down and burn what we or take what we can, burn what we can't. They don't understand the of a wild country. These cities and roads. What's the point of putting order into a place what civilization views as order, where before everything works as it should? If a forest is there, a field. And I can only think that the Dark Priestess is doing the same thing. Well, we have a world here. It's broken, sure, but it's here. It's working at least a little bit, and yet they want to raise it all and the ground.
I don't know.
This heavy talk. That sword that you carry, or the spear, I guess, or whatever it may be. What's it made of?
Eladin? I don't know. He's a magic spear, well, it's a creature, and has his own.
Creature, you say?
Yeah, because I learned that when, well, he can communicate. He's intelligent, so.
Don't say. Guy?
Yeah. What?
Kadiak offers a hand to see if he can try and communicate with Eldon.
Let me ask him. Eldon?
What?
I mean, are you not paying attention? He wants to see if he can talk to you.
I don't want to talk to him. He's weird, and Maeve is watching him. Maeve can hear everything he's thinking, everything that he's, that we say. I can't trust him.
I knew it.
Fair point. Fair point. Hopefully another time. Kadiak, does not want.
He's taking a nap.
Unfortunately, he's taking a nap. Unfortunately, he does not want. He does not want other people to know too much about him right now. I'm just finding things about him right now, just barely than I knew before. So, his trust is hard to come by for some reason.
If I was a creature that could turn into a weapon, I imagine I'd be used as well. So,
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
he's had some rough times in the past, and it's hard to gain a creature's trust like that. There was a bear that I know that I knew once a time ago, who was missing an entire leg for similar reasons. A Morviran hunter had cut it off. As a trophy. Got him, but the leg was off already, and it was a tough time getting that bear to trust us enough. It was me and a few others to trust us enough to let us heal him and to give it life again. Hadn't been there, it would have died soon anyway, despite the valiant effort that it would no doubtly have shown. But it took us quite a while to earn its trust enough to heal it.
Well, I thank you for respecting Eladin's wishes. Thank you.
He's a creature, he deserves it. If he's not a creature, then it's a thinking weapon, and that's hardly something to scoff at.
Crazy. Oh, the conversations we have. All right. Well, I think that's what I got.
I mean,
At
All
some
talk.
point-
I'll make small talk.
At some point, when it seems like they are very engrossed in their conversation, I would like to try and slip out the door, hop out a window, just get out of the building without them noticing.
Give me a stealth check versus their passive perceptions.
Oh, jeez.
It's a perception.
I have disadvantage
Yeah.
because of my armor.
Clank, clank, clank.
But that was a 17 and an 18.
Okay.
And my stealth is a +4, so
And
21.
neither of you beat a 21 with your passive perceptions.
Oh.
I can't even
got
do that, and wisdom's my thing.
no.
Alright.
16.
So Anya is able
Miss
to.
Potter, thank you so much for that die. Seriously.
So Anya is able to slip quietly out without attracting the attention of her
Oh, I
companions.
died.
All right, where are you headed?
I'm gonna go find Artyom.
All right.
I
So-
have at my disposal to help me. And once I get further out into the area I think he might be, I will use this. The ability to once a day cast Detect Thoughts, which can help me read the surface thoughts of creatures nearby. So even if he's sleeping, I could like be like, there's a dreaming dude somewhere around, and like be able to, triangulate my way to find him. If he's, I think it's within like, it's not a super huge range. I think it's like 100 feet or something.
100 feet is 100 feet. All right, Nito, we will put a pause on that momentarily, and we will go over to Artyom.
Okay.
So Artyom, you awaken. Find yourself in a field of just pure bright white light. And after a moment, your eyes begin to adjust, and you can see, you can see kind of a white stone bench, and your ancestor Violin sitting on it. He looks at you. What are you doing?
I thought I was sleeping.
Now, you mean, now, you know what I mean. I'm talking about the general sense. Why did you leave?
Are you just absent all the time?
No,
You're kind of like my father in that sense.
You know your father had very little choice in the matter. You know that. Don't put putting your blame on him.
I know full well who to blame.
You do know full well who to blame, so blame her. But yeah. So. But you know what I'm talking about. Like. Why? You were doing something. You've always been asking, let me go be a hero. Let me go be doing something good. And now you just have the opportunity. And you're wasting it. You're squandering it. You chose to leave. The exciting stuff is with them.
But why them?
Because
why not the people who want to help people and save lives and who don't complain about it when they're given the chance?
Because you are the bonded ones. You're
What's
the
that even
ones.
mean?
Your souls. You have all been bound together from the time you were born.
But like, why though?
That's above my pay grade. And I have a very high pay grade, I might add. But it's above mine. Look, I don't know all the answers. And from my past life, I know it's best to not have all the information in the same place. And so I don't have this answer. But, and to go to your little quib earlier, I am way more talkative to you than Bronislav is with Corvette. Corvette's kind of shut Bronislav out. You might want to think about that next time you point fingers at me.
I'm always going to point fingers at you. You see, I seem to have gotten the snarky angel.
My qualifications for sainthood were very much in question. There are a lot of people who didn't want me to become a saint. But, and I didn't want this. He just kind of looks to the side. I just wanted a nice, peaceful afterlife, not looking after whiny little kids. Anyway.
How many whiny little kids are you looking after?
Well, currently just you, but I've had a few of yous across the generations. Look. You want to be a hero. And for someone from my bloodline, now, be fair, you do have a bunch of other saints mixed in because of your heritage, like most people descended from your particular stock do at this point. But look, you just need to understand that this is your chance. The 6 of you were chosen from the moment of your birth for this. And if things had gone our way, it wouldn't have started out like this. It would have started out very different. But it's a game that we're playing with the other side. And our side.
So you mean to tell me that all of Anya's complaints have been legit?
What complaints? I mean, to a degree.
She's just been thrown in and she's being played with?
Well, to a degree, yes. But, yes. To a degree, yeah. The Dark Priestess did something she wasn't supposed to do. And that's how you all got thrown together in the first place. If we'd had our choice, you all would have ran into each other naturally and would have come together of your own accord. It's not what happened. We are Team Free Will over here, remember that. We want you guys to be able to make your own choices.
You're the spy master, and you didn't see her cheating coming?
I've been trying to make sure that you stay alive. There's a lot of people who would like to see you dead because of what you mean, the threat you pose to the entire establishment. You know very well what you mean and what you could change the course of this nation.
Then how am I supposed to keep this motley, raggedy crew on the straight and narrow when so many of them want to run off into the brambles and the briars and jump in the rivers all along the side?
By believing that people are naturally good and want to do what is right in the end.
Isn't that why there's a church? Kind of shepherd everybody along the right way?
I mean, yes, that is to a degree correct. But but everyone has a natural light inside them. You know, look, I'm not going to stop you. If you asked to have a face-to-face, that's the only reason I'm here. If you decide you want to walk away, you can walk away. But know that you're a beacon. You're a beacon of light. And if you go and you follow them, you'll be able to be the hero that you always wanted to be. But obviously I can't stop you from making this choice. Trust me, if Bronislav could, he would have stopped Corvette from doing what Corvette's done. But we can't.
Violet, I can't see anyone else die.
You're going to see a lot of people die. It's not pretty what's coming up. There's going to be a lot of death and a lot of destruction.
Then how do I protect these 5 idiots that have somehow managed to find a special place in my heart in just a few days?
They don't need your protection. They need your support. They can all handle themselves. You gotta recognize that.
Even Drith and his innocence, how did he get pulled into this?
I don't know exactly why every single person was chosen. I don't know that. They all have a purpose. That much I do know. It's if it was our way, Drith would have grown, matured a lot more before he'd been pulled into this, but we don't have that time.
What about Maeve? Is she not gonna mess things up?
She's another player.
But is she playing for our team?
For now.
Again, Spy Master.
The Fey Lords are kind of they're just this neutral. I mean, sometimes they're just unpredictable. Most of the time they're on our side, but they all have their own agendas. For now, Maeve's working with us because it's going along with her plan. Look.
If you say so.
Well, I mean, I am a spy master. Take my word as you will. Just know that things aren't going to be quite the same when you go back. You're going to be a little different.
Well, How so?
You're gonna find that some things you were able to do before, you're no longer able to, and other things that you're gonna find yourself doing things that you weren't able to do before. Don't worry, it'll come naturally.
Can I keep my wings all the time now?
No. Baby steps. It's baby steps. Now. Now. Someone is looking for you. And you should probably go meet her. With that,
Her who?
you find yourself back in the excuse me, back in the field that you had fallen asleep in by that tree.
God, I hate when he does that.
So Anya, you go back to where you last was seen, and Artyom hadn't wandered too very far off before he'd gone. Before he decided to take his nap, and so it doesn't take you very long for your detect thoughts to turn, find someone who's very slightly, very irritated, and kind of confused.
Great. How much longer on the spell do I have before it wears off? It lasts like 10 minutes, I think.
And we'll give you like 5 minutes.
Great, that's a lot. Oh wait, no, it's only 1 minute. Oops.
Oh, well, you better hope that you find it. We'll say that it doesn't. It's not very. Artyom was placed pretty close, so you're able to. He's within 100 feet, so. But ask any killer in Dead by Daylight, it's kind of hard to find someone who's trying to hide in 100 feet.
And actually, looking at the spell now, 30 feet.
30 feet.
It's really
Well,
not that. I thought this was going to be way more helpful. Turns out, no.
Rule of cool. Rule of cool.
yeah, you are able to find him. I'm not going to make you struggle to find Artyom. The angel very much put him somewhere you'd be able to find him.
Okay.
So you see Artyom, kind of sitting there, laying in his bedroll. He's kind of sat up at this point, rubbing his eyes. And Artyom, you see Anya.
Oh.
I'm
That's
gonna hold out my hand. I don't have the swords. I'm not here to kill you. If I'd wanted to, you'd probably be dead already. Just going to say that because what I'm really good at, apparently.
That's definitely one way to start a conversation. Do you introduce yourself to all men like that, or just me?
I don't introduce myself to people very much.
That explains why you're not very good at it.
Okay. No, I have something to say to you, and you need to not talk the entire time, or else, I don't know. Whenever you talk to me, I get so upset it makes me want to strangle a mouse. So just be quiet.
No, don't kill my pet mouse. My miniature giant celestial mouse.
So I kind of compose myself for a second. I stand up very straight. My hands kind of go slightly behind my back a little bit, and I'm looking at you without looking at you. You know that trick where you stare at someone in the center of their forehead? It looks like you're looking at them, but you're not really.
I'm gonna pull off my my blindfold. My eyes are right here.
I am tired of being pushed and hurt by people who can push and hurt me. I have had to deal with it for several years, and sometimes it gets to be too much. I hate feeling helpless. I hate feeling used. And even though I should, I'm not used to it. I appreciate you trying to stand up for me when we were in Berograd talking to Bishop Ivor. even though it was stupid and useless and made no difference. I appreciate it. Okay, that's all I had to say.
When you,
Where are we going?
I mean, you just called me stupid and useless. Are we really going anywhere?
No, I said what you did was stupid and useless, but it was appreciated.
You must not apologize to people very much, do you?
No. Probably, honestly, that's the first one in 5 years.
So what happened 5 years ago?
I don't know, I probably like took away my brother's book and he got upset. I don't know, it was probably something small like that. Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. I'm not a fan of your status in life.
Why? Usually people only hate things that have hurt them.
I think you just answered your own question. I appreciate you coming to me, and I understand the feeling of being pushed and pulled and yanked, and you're from a noble house, right?
Yes.
So you should understand your duty to your people.
That's a bit of a long story.
In the most general sense of that whole thought. You should understand that duty, right?
As much as maybe I could. It wasn't something pressed on us very much.
So did you ever see any of the pain and the suffering that your common people had to go through every day? Did you do anything about it?
I think that was something that happened.
You don't think that they suffered?
I think my father was a very capable man.
What about your father's men?
I
Were
don't
they
know,
all
Artyom.
noble and perfect?
I don't know. I haven't been home in 3 years. I was very young when I had to leave. I was not involved in it. My brother was, more involved in these things. I just kind of was there. I wasn't being groomed to be the successor, whatever else.
So where did you learn to fight? And why?
I feel like at this point, this conversation needs to be had with everyone.
You have a chance now, Anya, to make
I
a
don't
difference.
want to have to talk about it multiple times.
All right. But you struggle with feeling that you are pushed and pulled. And where I'm trying to get isn't accusatory, and it isn't I'm not holding a grudge. What I'm trying to say is that you were born initially able to do so much more than your average person who grew up like I did, or even slightly better than I did. But on top of that, we're being given the opportunity to not just help your people or my people or Cadioc's people, but everybody. I know you're not very religious, but I need your help in this fight that we're fighting, because the group seems to look to you more often than not. And when it comes to your martial capabilities, let's be fair, none of us match. Okay, maybe Cadillac does. The rest of us don't. We can make a difference as a group, and that is where I struggle, is knowing that you were born able to make a difference, and when you're given the opportunity, you seem to run from it. And I don't understand why.
I'm not like the rest of you. I am not blessed or watched over by any god. I don't have, years of learning in some academy to know magic and complexities of politics. I've had it drilled into me for a while that I am very ordinary. I don't have the magic that you have. The only things that I can do that are beyond normal have been given to me by the deeds of some man that I will never meet. That comes along with, the curse of looking the way I do. All I have is, something that was forced on me, something I had to learn to not die. I'm not a blessed person. I've been drowning, and I just want to get my head above water. I'm not anyone's hero. That's what you are. I don't... If maybe someday I can do something to help someone, great. Maybe that will be wonderful. I'm just me.
Sometimes just me is what we need. There is no curse in looking the way that you look. Because
Easy for you to say.
I have to wear a blindfold to hide my identity.
But you can. These don't go away. I can't blindfold these very easy.
All right.
I also have a tail. That's really hard to hide as well. Jeez Louise. It's also really hard to find clothes that fit. I have to cut holes in everything. You have no idea.
Are you okay? Can I
Okay.
Your magic doesn't make you special. Magic doesn't make you good. It doesn't make you a hero. Looking like an angel or a dwarf or a half elf isn't what counts. But it's what you do with it. And you may say that you're not special. But I seem to remember someone who sat with a heartbroken banshee a while back. And last time I checked, it wasn't me. There wasn't any other men in the party. And I'm going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to take a step forward and I'm going to hold out the diamond ring that belonged to the banshee to you. That was you. And don't take this weird. This is mine.
You're being weird.
Well, you seem to think I'm always weird. This was hers. And I am fairly certain that she would want you to have it because you treated her like a real person Probably for the last time in her tortured existence. Because let's be fair, the next set of adventurers that show up are probably going to get rid of her. Sometimes being a hero isn't about drawing your swords or turning into an angel and flying into the sky. It's about being there when people need you most. And I think that you've got that figured out. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to take your hand and I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put the ring in it and then close
I'm
it.
like dragging my hand away as much as I can.
Just take the ring, all right?
Fine.
You can sell it, you can throw it away, but I felt like you're supposed to have it. And I wouldn't get rid of it. When you find yourself feeling like I'm just ordinary Anya, I'd pull it out and take a look and remind yourself of when you did something that the rest of us wouldn't have done. I'm a priest. It's my job to make certain that dead things stay dead, whether it's through the correct rites or through raining holy fire down on them. And Cadillacs got his weird skull smashing thing, so there's more to you than meets the eye. And for better or for worse, I have it on divine authority that we're stuck together for a while. But we can make a difference. And it wasn't supposed to be this way. It was supposed to be much easier for all of us. I know you don't like me. You don't like my connection with the divine, my faith, my sometimes, reckless courage and actions, but I value you as a person. And as these past few days, you've saved my life. And you've helped me see more ways of doing what I want to accomplish and what we need to accomplish as a group than I would have done on my own. I was just a priest up until a few days ago. But now with the help of you five, I'm something more. And I think that you should come to recognize that you are too. And when this is all over, I think you'll be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm no longer ordinary Anya. You are Anya who has grown up to be that noble that you always are meant to be. The good kind, the rare kind.
I never learned to talk. I never learned how to say things nice and meaningful. So all I will say is thank you. And we need to go talk to everyone else. Or are you going to stay out in the woods forever?
I mean, I've thought about it.
Yeah, being a hermit sounds fun.
No, actually, I got told I'm not allowed to, so I'm going back with you whether I have a choice or not.
All right, let's go.
Okay. And with that, we're going to take our 5-minute break. So stick around. Back in 5 minutes. Things are getting interesting. All right, talk to you guys in 5 minutes.
After which he goes on a journey to prove himself worthy.
Welcome back, everyone. So, pick up where we left off. Anya and Artyom are walking back into Ermog, where they see that Leo is still having his emotional mental breakdown, trying to figure out what the heck he's going to do with his life now that the mosaic's been destroyed.
What did you
How
do
long
to
has
him?
it been since I left?
Half hour to hour-ish.
Okay.
What did you do to him?
I don't know.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna put my hand on his head and I'm gonna say, be at peace and go home and rethink your life.
You don't want to sell me no death sticks.
You don't want to sell me no mosaic tiles. You're gonna go home and rethink your life.
Smoke them if you got them.
All right. So, okay. So he's gonna very quietly go back to his home and rethink his life. But, so Anya shows you to where the party was staying, and you walk in, and you can see Cadillac and Corvette sitting in a corner. Cadillac going off on some tangential story.
You want me to tell the story or no?
Go for it. Sorry, go for it.
halfway through.
I mean, I was just wondering because
Yeah, no, start like halfway
And
through.
the Bear King.
I stabbed it through the brain. Ah!
on the halls of the mine, there are, or I guess the walls of the mine and the tunnels, there is this moss that grows. It is, I guess, a light blue, according to Mortiviran colors. And it's often used to stop bleeding as well as to dye clothes. So if you see Norsaians with blue bandages, those are the most valuable ones.
That could be really useful in the creations
Come
of
on.
better. Oh wait! Hi. I look at Cadillac like,
Yeah, Cadillac is a little surprised. I'm like, oh. Okay.
Wait,
I
is
mean-
this post long rest?
Nah, you guys are still sleeping, you and Drith.
Okay.
hi. You see, you brought back Ardium.
Oh no, I didn't bring him back. He just,
I brought her back.
yeah. I was
Sounds
on
good.
my way out. Oh my goodness.
Talked her off the edges, they say.
Mm-hmm. Can I have my
He's
sword
going
back?
to just nod.
Yes. Yeah. Hands you your swords
I
back.
don't think I want you to give her swords back.
That's not up to you. And I sheath them both.
So you guys
I
good?
need something to give me an edge on the rest of you hoity-toity magic people.
I already told you that magic doesn't make the man.
Well,
I look at Cadillac. I'm like, I don't know what to think right now.
Are
Cadillac
the
just
other
gonna
two still
shrug.
sleeping?
Yes, they're sleeping. They were very exhausted.
I mean, I might as well go sleep as well. I'm still very tired.
All right.
And I think there's some things that we need to talk about all together. So I'm gonna go get a room.
I'm gonna pause in front of Corvette and I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, we need to talk about Eladin. Just you and me. Angel to angel.
Okay.
Gonna scoff a little bit at that. Eldrin's not going to talk to you, I doubt it.
I don't have to.
That's yeah. He doesn't like talking to most people, so
You see, I don't have to talk to the weapon. I can talk to the man with the weapon.
okay.
It's not a weapon, it's a creature.
Yeah.
What stops a bad guy with a gun? A good guy with a gun.
Sorry, what was that, Adam? I missed it.
I said, what do you know that I don't?
That Eldon is a creature, and that he doesn't like to talk to me, and he has trouble trusting.
Are you
We were
sure you haven't
talking-
spoken to it?
I mean, I think
He
I would
wanted-
understand. I think I would know if a weapon talked to me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I would know if I've spoken to it.
Okay. I don't know what I missed, but I'm confused.
Yeah.
So
Ellen
5
doesn't like
silver for a
talking.
room, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going
Unless
with
you share, in which case it's 2 gold. I mean silver.
It goes up. The group rate is outrageous. Don't go.
that. No way.
Yeah,
I need a
Cadoc's
piece
gonna
to
motion
embroider
to.
before I fall asleep.
I'm sure the economy's gonna take in a week. Like 1 copper then.
Yeah, or a wink, one of the two. But Kadak is gonna Kadak's gonna motion to a chair for our team if he wants to sit. If not, he's just gonna stay there and keep talking to Corvette more. Wait, so Anya, are you taking a long rest now, or are you just are you
Yeah.
continuing to?
I'm not
Okay,
gonna wait
gotcha.
6 hours while the rest of them sleep. I'm gonna go sleep and get, my hit dice back and stuff.
I guess it's only been 2 hours, so we could all take a long rest at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up right in front and kind of stand right in front of Cadillac, looking down at him, and I'm gonna pull out my warhammer and I'm gonna drop it. So, junk,
The whole tavern turns.
and I'm
The loud
going
noise.
to reach out a hand to him.
What's going on? But he's going to stand and thunk his maul, and then take our team's hand.
Before you guys take each other's hands, when when both of them goes down, Corbett scoots back. Like, should I just go take my own rest, get my own room? Because I don't want to be around if you guys are fighting.
I'm gonna give you just a firm, solid handshake and look you right into your scary eyes, and I'm gonna kind of look around and use the other hand and kind of pull up my that
Bandages.
thing,
Blindfold.
my blindfold a little bit, so we're looking eye to eye, and just have a silent, understanding between two warriors that we're on the same side.
He's keeping the purple light covered for now, just while we're in town, just so y'all know. So he is currently wearing an eye patch, but he's just going to nod and do the manly handshake squeeze thing, and then he's just going to sit back down and keep drinking and eating. And then he's going to motion again. What?
You boozing up at 8 a.m.
It was a long night.
He's a dwarf.
It was
too.
Yeah, but I am a dwarf, so he's gonna nod to the chair if Artyom wants to take it. If not, he's gonna finish his meal and then go find a spot to sack out outside because he doesn't want to pay for a room. He can just take a nap.
Next time, I'll buy drinks, but I'm going to sleep too. And I want my own room. I don't want to share it with her.
I
I'm
don't think
already gone.
Say, I'm pretty sure. Okay, then. Pretty sure he doesn't want to share it with you either. That'd be 5 silver.
Mutual.
I mean,
Unless
Corvette.
unless Corvette's okay sharing a room.
No, did Cadillac already leave? I'm sitting up did you want to talk? Or
no. So Corvette's
I don't know. It's
Corvette. So not Corvette. Kadak hasn't left yet. He's finishing his meal and his drink first before he's gonna go find a
okay.
spot to nap outside. So
All
he's
right.
going to keep talking to Corvette and telling him about Norsean culture, and anything else that Corvette asks about.
All right. So Artem, you're headed off to bed,
Oui.
or okay, we'll talk. We can talk about Elodin later. We'll have that conversation.
You want me
Whatever it
to
is
say?
that you want. So. All right.
Cool. Anything in specific that you want to talk to Kadiak about, or is it just general?
No, I just the only other thing specifically I'd ask is if the blue moss thing can, if it can like help be used in like a dye for clothing and stuff, because that's important.
It
It's
works
important.
on. Wait, I'm muted. Wait, am I muted?
No, you're not.
No, I'm not muted. Okay, good. I mean,
Can I
it
use
works.
it as like a dye for
It works on.
textiles and stuff?
It works on cloth bandages. It works on leather. I've seen it work on stone and bone. So unless you're trying to dye dragon scales, I don't see why not.
Wonderful. I'll need to get myself a shipment of that for.
Well, I can show you where it grows. Once we're done with this
Awesome.
mess, I'm sure I'll have to take everyone up to Norsea, show you all what true wild beauty looks like. Not these manicured fields that y'all call wild space.
All right. Sounds good. And with that, yeah.
All right. So soon everyone goes and takes a long rest. Luckily for Kadiak, there are no guards out to tell him that he can't sleep in the streets this time, because he's too cheap to get a room. Anyway, so long rest pass. Everyone restore their hit points and hit dice and everything, and you come back together to plan your next
Our
step.
sleep schedules are so screwed up now. We're gonna be nocturnal for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just woke up at like noon.
Haven't you ever
Oh
watched
yeah, a couple
any,
hours before everyone else does.
Haven't you ever watched like any superhero shows? They never sleep.
You guys aren't superheroes.
I am.
Artyom would
Supervillain.
think he was one.
No, I think Artyom's one.
Oh, well. So
Those
you've
were
all
better.
gathered together in the morning or the afternoon, to plan your next step and have the conversation that Anya appeared to want to have.
Yeah, I think we need to not be in a public place, so everyone come and hang out in my room for a little bit.
I was gonna say,
Alright.
is there a way to get either get a room that's charmed to be private, or if there's like a separate dining room? But I guess if the room is big enough to hold all 6 of us, then that would work too.
Yeah, you can definitely hold all 6 of you.
And Alistair. He's on
And
Groot's
Alistair.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh yay, Alistair.
Nope, Alistair will just put you over the cubic whatever. The wall.
The floor collapses.
Fire
underneath us
marshal,
with
be
that
on
extra
on
weight.
point.
The room just shouts out, "I'm carrying too much already."
My inventory is full.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Anyway.
Well, Kadiak is going to have some wood that he's whittling while y'all are in there, just so you know.
Drith working on his flutes.
Drith is petting Alistair right now. He's put his flutes
Oh.
away.
All right. So everyone is gathered together in this small room, and
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
brought us all together here today.
So, this is maybe something I should have mentioned before, something I have not told anyone, and is relevant, and I should not refrain from sharing it anymore, I think.
You're pregnant?
Um,
I didn't actually say that. I said that. RTO didn't say that.
I was gonna say, aren't you? We're like, okay.
smack him right away. No, not a smack, a full-on punch to the face. Okay. Compose myself again. Hang on.
Thunder Rumble round 2.
Also, I think because certain things were said and shared yesterday, it might be possibly something that people are curious about. So, my name is not Anya. Or at least not really, not fully. My full name is Zelenia Rostislavovna Katenka. My father is Rostislav Petrovich Katenkov, the Baron of Kordovan. That is where I was born, that's where I was raised, and it's, you know, where we're going back to in a few days.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I was. So,
Do I know of her father? Have I heard of
Give me a history
her
check.
father before? Pretty good. History. Okay. 17.
Yeah, you know a little bit. You also know that the Katenkov family was mostly murdered a few years ago. And you also know that it is currently not Rostislav who is the current Baron of Kordovan. But you can't recall the current Baron's name.
Take a wild guess and assume that Kadek would not know
Yeah.
who this person is.
You have no idea.
Okay. Okay.
So, to say that the Profane Guard is present is, I can basically confirm that almost for sure. 3 years ago, after I came home from the market one day, I saw my whole family dragged into the courtyard by creepy men in purple robes, silver masks. I couldn't tell if they were alive or if they were dead, but they were bleeding from their eyes. So I ran away. I was chased. That's when I fell down a cliff. Almost died. Great day. Jeez, I hate talking about these things. And I only was able to go back recently. Just a few days, actually, before we all got stolen away. I still don't know what happened to them, except that my father is dead. That's all I really know. In fact, in town, they were talking about us all as if we were still around. I even heard them talk about me, as if I was still there. So, just a heads up.
Well,
And I do know the layout of the inside of the castle. Haha.
well, sounds like a job for us.
For us?
We will free Kordovan. And then we've got the inn to start our war against this clandestine terrorist operation.
Yeah, so from what it sounded like talking to the cultist last night, it's like a training hall or something? So there could be a lot of them. And I really
Sounds
don't
like
know
a
what's
job.
going on there.
Sounds like a job for a certain owl to figure out.
Alistair jumps to
You're-
the top of Drift's head and then puffs up proudly. And then
have
Drift is going to send Alistair over to land on Jelania's shoulders if she'll let him, and then just kind of like lean his head against her like head horn area.
Kind of like reach up and like stroke his wing a couple of times.
And Alistair starts hooting softly, like purring almost.
You're gonna say something, Mike?
did your father have any friendly faces in the court or any forces that were especially loyal to him? What is it you Morbians call it? A spy master? Anything of that sort?
I have one.
I don't know. I was the youngest of the four. I was not involved in many of those things. We could
Do you have any?
possibly try and find my sister, Svetla. She was not there that day. She many years ago married and left, but she's nearby. She might know more at least than I do.
You
And-
especially close with anyone else in the court?
I don't know. He was. I don't
No,
know.
what were you?
He knew everyone. Somehow.
Did you have any friends? Were you close with anyone? A daughter of a court member or anything? Anyone that we could talk to?
Not really beyond Svetla. I didn't, being a noble is fine. Being a noble tiefling, you tend to get
Oh,
the
right.
points and the gossip and the whispers from the other, noble kids.
And what about the lower folks on the pole? You're poor and downtrodden in your criminal element. I'm guessing you don't know a lot about them. Do you
And
even know?
even if I did, it's been 3 years since I've been around. Anyone could have moved anywhere, died, come to power, I don't know.
The thing about a criminal element is it doesn't go very far. But I will lift up my warhammer and say, "You have my hammer."
That's I don't know how to wield the hammer, so that's great. But you hold on to
It's
that.
Figure of speech.
I'm trying to be nice. I don't know how to talk. I need help to find out what happened to my family. I can't do it by myself.
Is that why you were going back before we all got sucked into here, into this place,
Yeah,
into this mess?
yeah,
Figure out what happened to your family.
yeah.
We will try and find them.
Your fight is our fight. Or whatever ends up happening.
Worst comes to worst, I do have some experience raiding more Viren settlements and towns, and the city's just a big town, so...
Yes.
Worst comes to worst, we'll
You know-
steal everything.
All six of us, all
Pillage
six,
will
Drift writes
Plunder.
that down. A city is a big town.
all six
I'm
of us
really
can
good at
go-
pillaging. Does that come in useful this moment?
Yes.
Pillage, plunder, will rifle, will loot. Drink up, me hearties you. Anyway.
It's on the coast, We could become pirates. So I mean,
Kadiak already has the eye patch. Minor illusion.
Somebody can
Alistair
take
into a parrot.
a sailing feat instead of a ability score modifier, and yeah, we will just get this done.
All right. Is there any more
Sail off into the horizon and not deal
Forget
with
your
this
story,
anymore.
Patrick.
is there is there any more conversations going to be happening, or anything else that anyone wants to talk about with Jelania's revelation?
No.
Drith is just gonna say, can I'm probably still gonna call you Anya because it's easier for me to say. But don't I'm me and Alistair, and I'm sure everyone else. We're all gonna be here for you no matter what happens. And Alistair makes a good. If you need something fluffy to hug, he does great at that. And you're one of the best people I know. You're one of my few friends. So anything that happens, we're right by your side.
I kind of try and get Alistair off my shoulder and set him in my lap, and I'm just kind of petting his head, looking down to disguise the fact that I'm crying a bit.
And don't worry if you're not good with words. I don't know how to speak to people either.
I mean, you do okay.
Thank you.
I think probably everybody loves you.
Thank you.
It does feel good to have other people know, have other people actually care. Yeah. In the 3 years since I, fell into the river and got washed away, I was essentially daily tortured and abused by an old woman. So, it's not something I've had in a while, to have people care.
But weren't you?
Yeah, I washed up in front of her house, basically dead, and she helped me to survive, and essentially any time that I was almost well enough to leave, some crazy accident would happen and I would be severely injured again. Sometimes boulders would fall and I hold up my elbow and there's an obvious dent in the shape of my arm where the bone was broken and reset. Sometimes, I'd stumble into a pack of dire wolves and I show on my leg there's a whole bunch of bite marks and just scrapes. So it took a while for me to be actually able to get out. And she was also not very nice. But yeah.
Especially just considering the fact that at that point you were a child by any racist standards, is going to get a very, very hard look. And it's just going to casually mention, if we happen to run by the house, I'll be with you in a minute.
You don't. She's dead. It's okay.
all right, we were all thinking that we would go, avenge you and take revenge for you or something, but
Yeah. No.
Good to know.
This armor was hers. The swords also hers. Yeah. I had to learn how to fight to survive and to manage it, and I guess she just taught me a little too good.
That tortures a child deserves much worse than what you gave her, I'm sure.
If the wonderfulness of the afterlife is true, then maybe she's on fire right now. That'd be cool.
I mean, I can pretty much guarantee that's what's happening. I'm gonna walk forward, and I'm gonna look around at everybody. I'm gonna say, helping Anya reclaim her home seems like the first step that we all need to take. Thank you for having the courage to share with us, Anya, what has happened to you, and we'll try to prevent that from happening to anybody that may be suffering at the hand of the profane guard at your home. From what it sounds like, they're pretty nefarious people, and perhaps there's some children that need saving. And us lost ones, we can do this all together. And I'm gonna put my hand out, just like in the middle of everybody.
Drith and Alistair put their hand and wings in respectively.
I'm not gonna actually like put my hand in to like touch everyone. I'm gonna bring Alistair out on my arm to like put him in the middle too.
Piotr puts his arm in. Can't. There's no angle for me to show this well.
I'm gonna let
Cadet won't
Corvette.
get up. The cadet won't get up or put his arm in, but he will reach his maul out so that the handle is towards the rest of the hands.
Corvette?
I'm coming. And so it looks like we found something to push us through. Put my hand in, tap the top of everyone else's hands, knock on them all.
We may be the
Good
lost
game,
one,
good game.
but together.
Oh, guys! Oh wait, no, you lost
Okay.
ones, huh?
We may be the lost ones, but together we can find hope for us and for others.
Yeah. And on that note, guys, let's
Indeed.
divvy up the goods that we found.
Of course.
Because
Now that we've
I
all
know
kissed
it's-
and made up, let's share the loot.
let's share the loot, you know. So there's 10 of these cool stones that are, I'd say, would go well on the market. And then I just kind of lay them out. Is there anything that like anyone really wants? It's like we got to figure out what this green potion and the leather bag is.
I think I'll take the leather bag. It goes really well with my aesthetic.
All right. We'll figure out what those are, and then
I'll
6
hold
of
on to
us.
the green potion. I like things that are weird and possibly useless, but look pretty great.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Seeing as how you called me useless earlier. At least I know you think I look pretty great.
Hmm. Okay. Anyway, divvy those out, and I don't know. Everyone gets one stone that's 100 gold, but we'll have 4 in savings. I don't know. Or who does anyone want just extra money?
Me? We could start like a party coffer. I don't know how that would
Alright.
DM. How does
Pretty good to do.
I
that
mean,
doable?
someone would just choose. I mean, thanks for volunteering, Ian. You just now would just keep track of everything in the party coffer.
I
No.
feel like that's
There you go.
totally a Piotr sort of thing too.
I,
He's the
That's
most
right.
responsible
I was
and trustworthy to do that.
Piotr maybe, Ian is not, but I can.
Gotta make sure that you keep notes of everything that's going into the party coffer. For example, 4 tourmalines, 100 gold pieces each.
Yes, please don't lose that. That's more money than all of us have.
You all complain I wasn't gonna
Yep.
give you money.
Granted, it's not money, it's rocks, but
4 tourmalines, however that's spelled.
How you probably how you think it's spelled.
Tourmaline.
I speak a lot of different languages, and it
WRMALI.
really messes up how I spell things by ear. But that works. 4 tourmalines and what else?
Well, I mean, you haven't decided what else is going into the party coffers. You still have. So Drith is taking the leather bag. Jelania is taking the green potion. That leaves you with 2 spell scrolls, 1 of Firebolt, 1 of Arcane Lock, a regular potion of healing, a potion of greater healing. Yeah, those.
I can't use spell scrolls, so you magic dudes deal with it.
Can bards?
Ooh.
Question mark. I should know that.
Yeah, you can use a spell scroll, yeah.
Yes, if they.
I think
If-
it's
Yeah,
if it's on
the
your
spell
spell
is
list.
on your list. Yeah.
Oh,
I just give it all over to you.
well,
then.
those are. Well,
I
those
don't
are
think
not.
it's like Arcane Lock probably is.
I don't think so. I choose
take
from.
the Firebolt.
Oh wait, as in in the master list, not
Yeah, the
like
master
that
list,
one that
yeah.
I've chosen.
But Firebolt would be on, for sure, Corvit's list.
An arcane lock is very possibly a bard spell thing. Though that might be exclusively like wizard sorcerer.
Let's find
It'd be
out.
great if Patrick gave us
Bard's
2
spell
spell
list
scrolls
that
that
you
we
couldn't use.
use.
Yep, yeah, Arcane Lock is not on the
Yes,
Bard
right.
spell list.
It's okay, we can sell it.
You
Maybe
could sell it. Yep, you could
on
sell
the
it.
black market.
Money's always dope.
Let's wait till we get out of this town first. Their economy is tanking.
So I do have 3 other potion of healings from the dwarven place that I'm willing to put into the party coffer because, frankly, I probably won't need them as much as some of the other more squishy characters.
Well, if you put the potions into the party coffer, just if you don't want them, just give them to other players, because then otherwise they'd just be in Piotr's inventory, and you don't have magic pockets.
Yet.
We have an unidentified bag of holding. It's very frustrating.
I currently don't have a healing potion anymore. I think I used it on like Corvette or
Take
Drith
them.
off game.
You can have up to 3.
Okay, I'll take 2. Maybe the big shiny one and the normal one.
So I have 2 others that I can give out because she took the greater one that we just got and one of mine. So, who dies a lot? How about Corvette and Piotr each take 1?
Sounds good.
Should I write that as a greater healing potion?
Yeah, should
Okay.
try that.
Mine was
Potion, yeah. The one that you got from Mike is just a
Yeah.
regular healing potion. The one that Corvette's handing out right now would be a greater healing potion. Bye, Ian.
Jelenia is like trying to read as much as she can off of Corvette's face as she possibly can. Just like out of the corner of her eye. If she can.
I can still hear you.
I mean, so what does Corvette's face look like?
He's very distracted. Just, I guess he's like got a little smile, just handing out whatever the stuff that he's collected, but kind of feel that there's, I don't know, if your, I don't know, insight is good enough. Just distracted and a little solemn.
My passive insight is a 10, so that's probably plenty enough.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. but he's a little on the quieter side than probably normally is. Not as showy as he likes to be sometimes.
All right, so we divvied all the magic items out.
Yes. Did I? So
You're really quiet.
I turned my gain down and forgot about it. Okay, never mind. We're good.
All right, and anything else before you all get back on the road to Cordovan?
I want to walk over to Piotr and just kind of, while everybody's digging through the loot and stuff, and just say thanks. That's all I say to Piotr.
Thank you, friend.
And then I'm going to walk over to Corvette, and I'm going to look Corvette in the eye, and I'm going to say, when was the last time you heard from Bronislav?
A few nights ago.
I'm going to nod and just kind of look at him with kind of like an expression that's, it's like in between pity and concern. And then I'm gonna just take a seat next to him but not really say anything. I just sit there watching as people are, putting all the stuff that he's handed out in his bag. Because I didn't take any of it except for the one pebble that I was given.
Here's a little rock.
It's a rock worth 100 gold pieces.
I got bubble gum. I got a potion. I got a
I got
rock.
a rock.
I wish I got paid in gum. Remember those commercials? Trident Layers ones?
All right, so you all go.
Wait. I'm gonna.
Oh, Quadiot, go.
Actually, I guess I can just do this off the road too. So I'll wait.
Okay, so you begin your journey to Cordovan, and it's several days worth of journeys. So Anya, give a general description of where your sister Svetla, like how far away from Cordovan did Svetla live?
I would think it's like it's on the it's within a day, but on the upper end of a day. Like if you were traveling, it'd be like a 6-hour journey to get to her place.
Okay.
I would think.
All right, so perfect. All right, so you arrive. So you begin to come up towards where your sister lived. You remember your sister's marriage vaguely. You were obviously a little young at the time, but she was married to just a local lord. So he has some land, but not a ton. Mostly he just has kind of this estate, this manor that's out in the countryside. And so you come up and you see the estate. As you approach, you can't help but feel a little bit of knots in your stomach, as you can only imagine the worst based upon what you know already. As you approach, there are some guards at the entrance. They hold out their spears and block the gates. State your business.
We're here to visit the what's her last name? It's in here. Oh no.
Makova.
Makova. Yeah, the Lady Makova. If she's here.
And we ask who's visiting?
Corvette. Whatever Corvette's
Yeah.
last name is.
Cor is actually his first name is Vit, and
Corvette.
Vit is his last name.
Corvette Pisek. Pisek, however you say
Corvette.
it.
Yes.
Pasek.
Visiting entourage from Lord Pasek.
They nod.
Right.
And one of the guards goes inside, the other guard stays out. A few more moments, a few more minutes pass, and then you come out and
Oh, I do want to say, before we walked up, I want to cast Disguise Self. I look exactly the same. I just don't have any of the scars or anything. I look non-injured.
Okay. The guard, a few more minutes later, the guard comes out and says, "Follow me," and takes you inside to the manor. And you walk in. You're led into this main dining hall where you see a tiefling woman sitting at a table. She looks up and starts looking around, and then her eyes stop on Jelania, and she just goes, "Jella?" And that's what we're gonna end for the night.
Oh!
I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, why am I crying again? Stop!
Emotional sessions. All right.
And I'm getting all this black crap all over my fingers now too.
All right. Excuse me. Well, thanks everyone for coming out. It's been an intense and good session. We'll be back in 2 weeks, where we'll pick up where we left off. Sound like my brother ending on the cliffhanger. It's got to make sure you guys come back for some reason. Cliffhanger, that's the way to do it. I mean, we probably both learned from our father, to be honest, but so we'll be back in 2 weeks. Don't forget, so my normal stream schedule will continue. We'll be video gaming on Friday and Saturday evenings, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Lydia, stay-at-home DM, does her I'm trying to remember how you say it. Dead Friday Light. Day Friday Light. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dead Friday Light.
That's fun.
Yep, great fun. On Fridays, so she'll be playing Dead by Daylight. I will probably play with her for a little bit. And then on Saturday, she does her Star Wars Saturdays at both of those streams will be at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which makes that 8 p.m. Eastern Time where she is. She also does her campaign performance check at the same times on Mondays. So that is a weekly campaign. So if you love yourself some Dungeons and Dragons and want to see an interesting story, a lot has been going on in that campaign. So go check that out. We also have
a kobold in the party now.
Yeah, they have a kobold in the party now. Yeah.
Fun.
Hey, we did that once.
We did do that once. He didn't last very long.
Oh.
But
then my character's okay.
Yeah. Then we also have Rehash the Rolls next Wednesday at 7. It starts at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the Ready to Roll portion, and then the
we're actually going to swap it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to switch it now so that it starts at the same time that Ready to Roll starts.
So Ready to Roll will start at 7 p.m. on next Wednesday for the Rehash the Rolls. If you have questions, Rehash the Rolls, particularly questions directed toward for this what's happened this past session, go drop those in the Rehash the Rolls channel here in my Discord, which you can, if you aren't part of it yet, you should go totally be a part of it. Also on Lydia's channel, she also has a Rehash, her Discord, she has a Rehash the Rolls section for those of you that are in there. But yeah, thanks for coming out. We will talk with you all. We'll talk with you guys later. Bye, team.
Bye.